Right, once I have my start here, and again, I would start like this for anyone. I'm just happened to be on the Kaleidoscope one. I would do this for the interactive one, and I would also do it for my drawing. I would just name it different things. So Kaleidoscope Keeper is what I'm on right now. So I went into Bridge, and I opened this photo right here. So I want to size it. I do that with my crop tool. I want to crop it to 4 by 5 and 8 by 10. I've already done that. I could create a crop tool in here that crops it to 4 by 5 at 150 resolution. I could also just crop it, but you do have to check the size. Image, image size. Now I've already cropped mine down, but when it originally was in here, it was like really big. It was like 20 by 16 or whatever. But it should be 5 by 4 because what I want to do with that is this is going to be 1/4 of the design that's in here. So I'm going to bring it in here. And I want to just carefully line it up with the edge of my paper. So this is going to be 1/4. So I'm going to take this image and duplicate it and flip it here, and then I'm going to take it and flip it down here, and I want to duplicate this one and flip it down here. I'm just going to start by duplicating it 4 times. I do that by clicking on this layer, and if I look down at my keyboard, I can hold the Command key down and hit the letter J, and just that easy duplicate those 3 layers. So it goes really quick. So I'm going to take it and flip it and make sure that it lines up with the outside edge and hit enter. I'm going to go back to this layer. Now I'm in here and I'm going to flip it down. I'm going to do a second one there because I'm going to take that second one and flip it over to here. So I'm going to hit enter and then just flip it. So just that quick, I have made a kaleidoscope design. Now, I'm not finished with it. I'm going to add some other things to it because this is all about seeing how clever you can be with the different parts of this. So you might want to try some different things with different parts of this. You could go in here and lasso sections of it. You can change the colors. So let's just start with, I'm going to save it first. File, save. And save it as Kaleidoscope Keeper, or it means Kaleidoscope in your name. Save it as a PSD. Make sure it's going to the correct place. Mine's pretty deep in here, so I'm just going to save it. All right, so now I'm going to go to Layer, New Adjustment Layer, Hue and Saturation. So especially, I mean, not necessarily hue and saturation, but if you're sharing these images with other people, you're going to want to make some changes on it. So let's, leave that purple right there. Now, what if I want to duplicate the entire thing? So I'm going to go in here and merge those layers. So I've got one whole design now, and I'm going to merge this change down as well. So now I've got a purple layer. I no longer see the hue and saturation changes on there, and what I have is all one layer. So it's not 4 anymore. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to take this and center it, or maybe even rotate it. Let's do that. That would be cool. Put it smack dab in the center there and apply. Let's see what it looks like with a blending mode. I'm going to try. Screen is, well, now you can really see if it's off center. I'm going to line it up exactly. Okay. Now I'm going to apply a hue and saturation change to the top of this again. Oops, I'm sorry, new adjustment layer, hue and saturation. Now remember, I'm going to merge this down, so let's try pink with purple, and wow, doesn't that look cool? So you could technically go in here and that's going to need a layer mask to get rid of that entirely. I don't know, you can go in here and see whether something works a little bit better. Color dodge, you can try some different ones. Some of them are going to totally get rid of that background there. That kind of looks cool. But it's really light. That kind of screws up the background. Really up to you what you use. choose something that's going to sort of hide the background, but you get the idea. So, you know, try a couple different things. Maybe duplicate things like this, merge them together, flip them around. But you need to have a symmetrical design. So in the end, I'm going to double check. So it is 8 by 10 at 150. This would be fine right here. File, save. So there's my kaleidoscope design, and it was pretty quick. But play around with it. You can also take multiple images. I could go back to bridge. You don't want to do too much, but you know, I don't know, see what it looks like to bring another one in. Once you have that kaleidoscope design done, image size, don't forget to check the size because I don't want a picture that's this big. If I were to bring this in, you'll know. If you go to bring this in, it's going to be ginormous and look really stupid. So don't do that. So I did crop it to 8 by 10, but image size. I do want this to be as wide as the other one. I'm just experimenting here. I don't know whether this is going to look right or not. Let's try this. What I want you to do is play around with it, you know, figure out what looks good, what doesn't. Put this up here. I'm going to stretch this. I kind of liked it better without. I guess I've got to place it first. All right, but you get the idea. The idea is that I want you to play around, move things around, and just come up with an interesting design. And then save it when you're done. And so I'm done. There's my kaleidoscope design. Now I'll have to go into the next one.